Now, in his small kitchen in Germany, Henrik Engelgau Steinway made his first forte piano, and just 3 years later in the cold hard streets of New York City in 1853, he moved to America with his sons, changed his name to Henry E. Steinway to fit the Americanized dream, and founded Steinway & Sons. Now, he dedicated his life to creating high quality and tonal excellence in the quest for the perfect piano. Now, Steinways have always been the cornerstone of US musical history, and there's rumors for them to even be grandly presented to President Roosevelt instead of a fucking Happy Meal. Now, Steinway remained dominant and untouched for over a century, until Italian Mario Kart driver Apollo Fazioli broke some pasta and created Fazioli, completely clapping Steinway's cheeks. Now, as an Asian reading a script about an Italian stealing the spotlight from a German, I am the Axis powers. Now, Fazioli was founded in 1981 in Sicily, Italy, under engineer and pianist Paolo Fazioli. Now, he was born to a family of furniture makers, and at the age of 25, he graduated Sapienza University in '69 with a degree in mechanical engineering. Now, this guy was quite the craftsman. In '79, Fazioli designed the first prototype for a baby grand piano. Now, he had a small team with him consisting of experts in musical acoustics and wood technologists to forge the perfect sound. Now, the subsequent prototype's F183 was completed in June of 1980, the same year that Duke Dennis was born. Now, in '83, they started collaborating with Zeltron, an institute for researching tonal quality, and they saw much success in '84 and '85, with concert pianist Martha Agridge and Laser Berman switching over to the new brand. Now, the ever-increasing demand of the highest quality in richness and power was implemented in the F308 model, the longest one on the market. Now, following this, the F212 was built as a medium-sized alternative to those rooms that aren't the same length as fucking Carnegie Hall. Now, in the 21st century, Fazioli really started to pick up. Canadian pianist Louis Lordy used the Fazioli in Carnegie Hall that prompted The Economist, a British news and current affairs journal, to claim that, quote, some artists believe that Fazioli now makes the best piano in the world. Now, while not a soul on this earth asked for this comparison, Fazioli and Steinway both put forth a very strong resume, with one of them being slightly longer than the other. However, just like World War II, don't count out the Italians yet. So let's focus on comparison 1. Touch and tone. Now, Fazioli pianos market themselves as being seen like my ex-girlfriend, balanced, consistent, and expensive. And in particular, the bass range offers a lot of power. Now, overall, the tone of a Fazioli can be best described as clear. Now, in contrast, Steinway pianos produce much more warmth. Think of a warm summer day where you're toasting on the beach, or even just before your family abandoned you. Now, Steinway as well has a very strong bass section, as well as a wide and subtle range of colors, allowing the pianist to better express their fucking emotions. Which brings us to comparison 2. Cost. Now, while the richest viewer currently watching can afford a quarter of an upright Yamaha, how does the cost stack up? Now, if we're really to judge the price as if I can afford even 1/10 of either piano, in order to make it a fair competition, I'll split it into 2 categories, Baby Grand and Grand. Now, from the Steinway's website, we can see that their Baby Grand, the Model S, costs $86,600, while Fazioli pianos like the F156 and F183 Baby Grands is $150,500 to $233,000. Who the hell is dropping half a house on a piano? Mr. Beast? Now, Fazioli's largest grand, the F308, comes to around $287,700, whereas Steinway & Sons' largest grand, the Model D, starts around $217,300. Now, first of all, the word starts around should be a banned in this scenario, because you're claiming this is the cheapest you can go. Now, Fazioli's extra 70 grand can be attributed to their 10-foot wingspan fucking bowl looking piano, while Steinway only scratches merely 9 foot. But what about the most important thing of all, reputation? Now, while Fazioli pianos are attempting to establish themselves in the luxury piano market, Steinway has been around for much longer, and so they benefit from the luxury of a long-term history. Now, with a 169-year-old reputation that supersedes even Duke Dennis,
shut the fuck up, bro.
Steinway continues to be the choice of 95% of concert pianists playing with symphonies today. Now, you might be asking, if both piano manufacturers are pretty much trying to do the same thing, what is separating them apart? Now, it all comes down to the materials. Now, a piano soundboard is the heart of generating powerful notes. Think of it like your diaphragm. The ultimate goal of a piano soundboard is to maintain the full richness of vibrations that's generated by the strings. Now this is why peasants using upright pianos produce lower sound quality, because the vertical soundboards just don't hit the same. Now back to Steinway and Fazioli. Now one of the things Steinway prides themselves in is the type of wood used. Now Steinway is so fucking particular about the wood that it puts James Charles to shame. That's because they only use Alaskan Sitka spruce, one of the most sound resonant woods available. Now this type of wood only grows in parts of northwestern US, so it's rare and expensive. And Steinway is like, you know what? We're gonna throw half it away. Now that's because it doesn't meet their standard of closely packed straight grains that have to be, get this, plus or minus 15 degrees. Now on the other hand, Fazioli uses red spruce, another type of tree that I don't know anything about. Now Fazioli was like, you know what, one layer of rare wood isn't enough. We're gonna have 3. Now 2 layers of red spruce are superimposed with the grain in the same direction, while in the middle for shits and giggles, we're gonna add a spruce veneer. And this grain has to be perpendicular to the grain on the outer layers. Who the hell is making these requirements? Now while judging the sound objectively is a hard task, Fazioli seems to have the better sound quality between the two. And to reach this conclusion, I use the most scientific method patented to date, which is of course to read YouTube comments for 2 minutes, and it seems like the presumption is that performers prefer the long rich history and reliable sound that Steinway gives, while the objective and yet striking sound of a Fazioli edges it out. But what do you think? Steinway or Fazioli? Lamborghini or Ferrari? McDonald's or Wendy's? Yeah! 10K! Let's get it!